I'm going to talk to you a little bit about one of the jobs that I did not get. It was a 2-for-1, and they were both going to go together, and I kind of had a feeling that it wasn't going to go my way, because a lot of times I'm talking about quality, how we do this, how we've been around a long time, how we do it this way, and I can see people's faces just get glazed over. And then I think their idea of how to do an estimate is you just go with the cheapest company. And so that's apparently what they did. They called me a week ago, one of them did, and asked if it was possible for me to come out there, and they want our company to take over the job because this other company sucks. And I'm like, no, we can't take over the job. California has it set up that you just can't go in there and just take over a job where a contractor is contracting. So the way you've got to do it is they've got to release you. And I know this company, and they're not going to release you. They're going to, even if they do a pathetic job and they take forever to do it or whatever, they would rather do that than to have other pool companies say that they're finishing their job. And so for that reason, I know they're not going to do it. And it's just amazing to me that this happens every year. We have to go through it every year, the frustration and how contracting, sucks and da-da-da-da-da, but they're just going with the lowest price person. I don't know why you think they're all the same. Companies are all the same. We've been around for 60 years, so I just think there's a little bit more credibility there. They were telling me they didn't know where to put the pool. They had 3 different ideas, and they literally did have 3 different ideas. They wanted me to maybe design a pool for each different idea. And I go, I don't do that. I go, you get one free estimate, but I can look at all 3 areas, but we've got to make a decision. So there was one that was a clear leader on it, and it had to do because I could make the pool about 1.5 feet wider there, and that was only going to be 9 foot wide. So the other places were just too narrow. You could get the length like 27 feet, but it was just too narrow. So this was by far the leader. But so one of them liked that area, the other one did not like that area, and so I said, well, let me just go ahead and design it in this area, and then I can give you a discount if you end up putting it in that area. And so it would literally be a little bit easier if they go the other area, but I think this is the best area. So then I said, well, if you want to, we can meet on Monday. And they go, oh, no, we're not going to be able to meet next week because we have a private family matter. And I go, okay, all right, well, we can meet the week after. But we don't know what day, Dave. And I go, well, why don't you just call me? You have my number, you call me. So not next week, but the week after. So I'm not going to do anything on their proposal until I hear from them. So anyway, they said, well, it is a private matter, but we feel like we really know you, so maybe we'll just go ahead and tell you. And I said, well, you really don't have to tell me if you don't want to. It's all right. They go, no, we feel really comfortable, so we're going to tell you. They go, in our freezer right now, we have our cat who's been dead for like about a month. And we're going to take him down to LA next week. And I thought it was weird because this is the week where they're having riots or something going on down there, but they're down there. And we're taking our dead cat with us. And then right away I said, and you're going to cryogenically freeze your cat. And they go, oh my gosh, how did you know that? And I said, well, I have a customer that had that done. And I came to her house and I noticed that there was a cat sleeping on top of a cabinet. And I could tell the cat was not breathing, so it looked like a stuffed animal or something. And they said, no, that's our cat. We had it cryogenically frozen, and it has its eyes closed, so they didn't have to replace the eyes, but I guess the eyes don't last in that process of freezing them. So I just happened to go on the internet this morning and just wondering, how much does it cost to freeze a cat? It's $10,000, so it can be less, but normally it's about $10,000, they said, for a cat. Anyway, everything was going good with the meeting, and it looked like we were progressing well, but then all of a sudden they started throwing in travertine and marble instead of concrete. They were like, we really don't like the look of concrete. And I go, oh my gosh, everybody has concrete. You know, everybody loves concrete. We could do stamped concrete, broom, salt finish. No, we don't like concrete, the look of it at all. Like, oh my God. I go, okay, well, what were you thinking? They go, what do you think, like marble or travertine? I go, well, you know that's going to be really expensive. What do you think? I go, it could be like $20,000 expensive. And we got to pick the right travertine. I go, we really don't do that. I go, I haven't done one in years. Yeah, but that's really what we want, Dave. So sometime this week, I've got to call the owner and try to get a price on travertine or marble. I don't know, whatever he recommends, or maybe a price on each one, and so that I will be able to price it out for them. So anyway, that's going to slow down the job, and it's going to be, I don't even know how it can come out right, because there's so many variables on it. There's so many. I thought it was going to look this way, and now it looks this way. I thought it wasn't going to be veiny. It has veins in it. I thought it was going to be whiter. It's tanner, you know, so you're just, I mean, you're asking for it. But that's what they want, so I will try to get them a bid on it. The second one, they have a big yard, and they can put a big pool back there, but the problem is no access. They have like 4 foot 9 inches on both sides. And on one side, he's like, well, I think the neighbor will just let me take the fence down. And I'm looking on the other side of the fence, and I see he's got wisteria growing on the fence, and he's got a little vineyard going over there, and just right down the access. And I'm pretty much thinking, yeah, he's not going to let us go there. So I'm going to bid it with a conveyor belt system with 2 backhoes. It adds another $6,400 to the price, but I just don't see, if you can get him to agree to it, and the guy understands it's all going to be damaged, and we're not responsible for the damage, you know, then yeah, we could go in through one side or the other. So anyway, I looked at both sides. And then again on him, he didn't want to meet this week either, because he's going to be out of town for a business trip or something. But we're going to try to get together next week, and I think I have it booked for Tuesday. Right now I'm on my way up to South Natomas, which is north of Sacramento, and I had already done a pool up there, and I got an estimate up there right now that I'm going to, and I'm gonna I have no idea what's going on this estimate. It's just I show up, and then I'll just be surprised. But I had to transfer everything to my truck, so I don't have my car with me, where I have everything in my car. If I forget something, I've got it in my car. I'm trying to transfer everything into my truck so that I can drive my truck up there and do the estimate with my truck rather than my car, which my car is almost like my office. But I think I got everything, so if not, you know, I'll have to come back, but I think I'm okay. And then my second appointment is in Elk Grove. I really don't know what's going on there either, so I didn't get a lot of information over the phone. But that one is going to be at 3 o'clock. So depending on how long the first appointment goes will determine how much time I have in between them. And so that's kind of what I have going on today. We're running into a flurry of people that are procrastinators. They waited until it was 100 degrees, you know, before they decided to call for a pool, and they're wanting the cheapest price possible. I typically run into this every summer, so it's not anything new. This is kind of the way it works. And so that's what I'm dealing with. Sometimes I think I do better when it's colder, cooler, because I can spend more time with it, with the people, and they tend to care about quality more. Right now I'm talking quality, and all they're hearing is blah, 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 you know. They're like, I'm sure they think everybody has the same quality. Well, until you get in a situation like that last customer wants us to finish their pool, I mean, you don't know. If I could market him and put it in a can and let people listen to what's going on, they would maybe think a little bit different. But I'm not gonna go negative on my presentations. You know, I just tell them the positives and let them, you know, figure it out themselves. But in this case, I don't know exactly what's going on. But the one person wants me to take over both jobs, so I'm assuming the other person's not happy either. And this is the problem when you get, 2 for 1. You've got to discount the prices really low so both people are happy. And then when you have a problem with one, it tends to go to the problem with the other because they're talking to each other. So anyway, I just wanted to get that information to you and let you know what's happening today on my appointments. It's Tuesday. I had yesterday off, so I got a lot of my little projects done. I have my buddy coming in on Friday with his new girlfriend, and they're going to stay till Monday, so I marked out all those days. So anyway, got a lot of little projects still to do around the house, but I've got to run these appointments, and it'll be exciting to see what we got up here. So anyway, thanks for looking. I appreciate your time. Subscribe if you can, and I'll look forward to talking to you again soon. Thank you much. Bye-bye.